Hey guys, it's Jennifer. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have some exciting news if you haven't seen with my YouTube shorts. I am engaged. Right now I have a silicone wedding band on or engagement ring thing. I'm not married yet. I have a silicone one on because I told my fiance the wrong ring size and he got me the size I told him. And I had to go get it resized, so I'm just waiting to get it back. I just wanted to share the story of how we met and just the whole engagement story because it really was a crazy thing. I want to keep this forever and just remember it just because there was a lot of emotions and I don't want to forget anything. So I did take some notes, and so if you see me looking down at my phone, that's what I'm doing, is reading my notes so I don't miss any details. So starting off strong, we met at church in this gospel study class that we have called Institute. It's for the young adults group, and basically we all get together and just talk about the scriptures and about Jesus. And there were a few new people that night that had attended, and one of the new people was my fiance, Josh. And since there were a lot of new people there, we all went around the room introducing ourselves, and what he said was that he was a cameraman for his job. And I was like, oh my gosh, dream guy right here. I can't believe this, just because, as you all know, I'm a photographer and I also went to film school, so I love cameras and all that stuff. So it's oh my gosh, a guy that I know is actually interested in the same stuff. Turns out he wasn't really that interested in cameras, it was just his job, and he's actually very good at it. That night we didn't really talk much, but he did end up finding my Instagram through that young adults group Instagram page. My account was tagged and he found me through there, and he followed me and I followed him back. And this is kind of around the same time that the Mario movie came out, so I'm a Mario fan, Nintendo fan, so me and my siblings went to see that movie. That night I came home from the movie and I saw that I had a text from Josh on Instagram, and he was asking me for my movie review from the Mario movie, and I was like, okay, that's interesting, and he had never texted me before that. So I was like, why is he texting me? That's so random. But I was like, okay, whatever, I'll give him my review. And so I did, and in that conversation, I told him, oh, I went to film school, I love critiquing movies, so, I hope I can give you a good review. And he's like, okay. Turns out he didn't really care about the Mario movie. He just wanted to text me, which is fine with me, but he was kind of flirty and teasing me a little bit with my movie review. But that's kind of how I knew, okay. Well, he texted me first, so I already knew he had some interest in me. That's my first thought when a guy texts me is oh, they like me, if they hadn't talked to me before that. Every day after that we were texting a lot, kind of getting to know each other more, and I trusted him right off the bat, so easily. I trusted that dude with my whole heart. And so that was another weird thing for me that was okay, this feels different, because with guys I'm very closed off at the beginning, but with him I was very open to sharing past experiences in my life that I wouldn't share right off the bat with people. And he gave me some really great advice, and I was like, wow, this guy's a really good friend of mine. I think we talked for a month. I don't know. I don't remember, it was so long ago. But he ended up asking me out on a date, and we went on our first date June 12th to see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And that was a really good date. However, as soon as we sat down in the movie theater, I dropped all my popcorn, literally everywhere. And I was I wanted to cry so bad. I was this guy is so cute, and I don't want to be embarrassed, but he helps me pick up the popcorn, so green flag right there. And he kind of made fun of me a little bit, not really being rude, but he was just joking, trying to make light of the situation. And then shortly after that, I got a bottle of water as well, and I had dropped the cap, and it was nowhere to be found the whole movie. I was scared I was gonna spill my water, and half my popcorn was gone. And yeah, so that date was chaotic, but I really enjoyed it. And we went home that night, and I was talking to him, just telling him how the date was, I enjoyed it, whatever, let's go on a second one. And then the next day I felt so bad, but I had just gotten out of a relationship 2 months before that, and so I was already like healing from that. And I just told him I wasn't ready for a relationship right now. And we didn't talk for a few days, and those few days were so brutal, you guys. I was sobbing. It was so hard on me. I really don't know why I told him that I didn't want to talk to him, because I knew I wanted that guy so bad. One day I texted him and I was like, hey, like, would you be mad at me if I asked for like a second chance? Like, can we just start over? And he said, yeah, sure, let's do it. Ever since then, it's been great, and we became an official couple on June 26th last year. So yeah, but after that we went through a lot together, a lot of good things, a lot of bad things. I went to a lot of things that I would have never gone to, like sporting events that I've never been to in my life, that he's been going to for a while, so it was cool to kind of be introduced to some new things. We started talking about marriage in December, but then we were like, okay, we don't really want to like rush into it, because we really wanted to like make sure we were ready. So we gave each other the 4 seasons rule, so we wanted to go through all the holidays together and all the seasons just to feel more comfortable. And it turns out when we hit our year mark in our relationship, that's when he started looking for engagement rings for me. And I had no clue. And you guys, I have this dude's location all the time. I'm checking it, not constantly, but pretty often when I'm bored. I'm just like, I wonder where he is. I would check it all the time, and I had no idea that he was at the jewelry store at all getting me a ring. And it was the first ring they picked out, and then it was custom designed for me, and it's the perfect ring, you guys. Stay to the end of the video to see pictures, but I love it. So anyway, fast forward a few months, his mom and I were talking about taking Christmas photos, because last year I took Christmas pictures with his family, and so I wasn't really questioning it, but she said that her friend, who was our photographer, was booked in November, December, so we would have to do it in October. And I was like, okay, that's fine, like whatever. She asked me like, okay, like what day are you available? I told her October 2nd I'm available, it's perfect. That's the day we picked. And leading up to it, like I mentioned before, I'm a photographer, so she was like, maybe let's go check out some places, and you can like help me come up with some ideas to hand to my friend, so she can take our photos that way and just have all the ideas in mind already. And so I was like, okay. So we went to a couple parks, and they were cute, but they weren't like my favorite, and it also rained a lot, so that there was a lot of flooding happening, so we weren't able to actually go and take them at the park anyway. Our backup plan was there was this like golf course near their house, and the golf course has like this little bridge, and it was supposed to be like really cute, and she was like, okay, like we can go out there and do them there. And I had never been out there before, so Josh took me on a walk there, and I was like, wow, like I had never been on a golf course in my life. I'm not a sports person until I met him. I was like walking, like, oh, it's pretty out here. Until we got to the bridge, and I was like, it's not really my vibe. I don't really want to take the pictures here. And then on the way back, like walking back through the golf course, we saw this little hill, and he was like, come up on the hill with me. And it was like super windy that day, like really windy. And I was like kind of like falling over as I was like going up on this hill, and he grabs my hand, and then he grabs both my hands and just looks at me and like does a little smile. And I'm just like, my heart, you guys, dropped to my butt. I got so nervous. I just said, are you about to propose to me? And he looked around, and he's like, no, why would I just propose to you right here? And I was like, I don't know, but I just felt like you were gonna propose to me. I don't know why, that was so random. And then I was like, but good thing you didn't, because I would not want to be proposed to on a golf course. And it turns out, I don't know if he did it that night or whatever, but he went back to his mom, and he was like, she doesn't want to be proposed to on a golf course, like we can't do it here. And I had no clue, obviously, like, because they wanted it to be a surprise, and they did a great job at surprising me. I had no idea this was even coming. And so then she's like, the next day I came over, she was like, hey, like, there's a golf tournament on that golf course on the 2nd. She was like, I didn't even realize, like, we wouldn't even be able to go do the photos there. And I was like, oh, shoot. And I was, like, acting disappointed, but in reality, I was like, whatever, like, I don't care. Also, sorry, guys, if you hear thunder. I'm literally filming this during Hurricane Milton, so that's fun. But yeah, like she was like, oh, like we can't do the photos, like it's just not gonna work with the scheduling. I was like, that's fine, we'll find another spot. So we did, and it was literally breathtaking. I loved it, you guys. It's so pretty. Fast forward to a few days before the photos, his mom was like, Jennifer, do you want like your nails done or anything for the pictures? And me and her were matching outfits. Like we had white Converse on, blue jeans, a white shirt, and then I said I wanted red nails, so we did our nails red. They were so cute, and I'm so glad I had my nails done for the pictures. I would have been so mad if I didn't have my nails done. The day of, his mom was like, hey, like why don't you and Josh go and check out the location and send me reference photos of what angles you want, and I'll send them to my friend. And I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't think anything of it, you guys. No idea. And literally looking back on it, I'm like, I don't think I would have known. Anyway, I mean, I didn't, but they were so good at hiding it. Like, I can't even describe, like, how big of a surprise it was for me. It was crazy. That morning, we went and checked out the location. I took reference photos, and I sent them to his mom. And I sent her these two pictures. And I said, I would love these two angles for pictures of just me and Josh. So out of the two photos I sent her, this picture was the one that she sent to Josh privately and said, I think that's where you need to do it. I had no clue. I was with him like the whole day, and I had no idea that he was like texting his mom, like probably right next to me. And a little later we decided, well, I wanted to take some photos for my photography Instagram, which, by the way, if you haven't been following, I've been posting a photo a day in October as part of the photo challenge for this month, so go ahead and follow me on Instagram to see the photos I've been taking. We went on a nature walk so I can get some photos for that. And since we were out there all day, like for like 2 hours, we were getting all sweaty, and it was getting closer and closer to the time where we needed to be ready for photos. So I was like, okay, you gotta take me home so I can shower. So I showered, got ready, and then he had to go to his house and shower and get ready because we were both just gross. And then it lined up perfectly, you guys, with like golden hour and everything, like being able to take these photos. It was literally like stunning. But I was getting dressed for the photos, and I was texting my friend. I'll put the screenshot on the screen. But I said, I need to poop, bro. I can't. When I get nervous, I need to poop. TMI. I'm sorry, guys, but this is just how I was feeling. I was just so nervous. I was just so done. Like, I did not know how to react, and I didn't know why my body was reacting that way, because usually I'm fine with photos. I'm like, whatever. So we drove to the location, and my nerves just went poof, gone. Like, they weren't there anymore. And so we did like group photos like the whole time, and then towards the end, like, I did some poses that I wanted to do because the photographer was like, hey, do you want to do some? And I was like, sure, like I'll come up with some poses. So I did. And then she's like, do you need any other ones? Like, do you want any other ones before we go? And I was like, no, I'm good. And then this is when Josh goes, can we get one more actually? And I'll play you guys the video, and if you listen close, you'll hear him say that, and you'll also see his mom hand him the ring behind her back. And I did not even see this. I was standing right next to them, and it looks like I'm looking down at them doing that, but I literally was so zoned out. Like, I had no clue. I did not see a thing, you guys, which is crazy. But yeah, you'll watch the video, and the way I'm looking at him is funny. I was only looking at him that way in the beginning, like, because I was confused about like what pose he was gonna just pull out, because he usually doesn't like taking photos. So I was just like, I wonder what he's gonna do. So yeah, here is the raw footage from the proposal.
Yes.
Can we do one more actually? Let's have another. Let me freaking figure it
Okay, this is hard to shoot while I'm crying.
And I genuinely like tear up every time I watch that video, like, because I'm just like reliving that moment, and I'll probably be sobbing like a baby when I'm editing this video, especially the end of the video. So stay tuned for that, because I have a little surprise, especially for my fiance watching this. It was just a surreal moment, and I just can't even believe it happened still. Like, I've been engaged for I think a week now. Insane. I can't believe that. It is genuinely, you guys, I kid you not, I said it earlier, but it was my dream ring. Like, I am in love with this ring, you guys. And here's some photos of the ring. I am obsessed. And literally the next day I started wedding planning. I started looking up on Pinterest what dresses I wanted to try and find and all the basics of what I wanted for my wedding. And we have found a photographer so far. I'm going wedding dress shopping in like 2 weeks, and I already had like one phone call for wedding planning with my maid of honors and my future mother-in-law. So that's how things are going right now. The wedding is set for next summer, so that's all I'm saying for now, just for privacy reasons. I'm gonna keep it like that. Next summer, that's all I'm gonna say online. But just stay tuned for wedding content and wedding planning vlogs and stuff like that. I'm just so excited for this part of my life, and that's really all. Thank you guys for watching and hearing about me and my fiance's love story, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds. Because without you by my side, I would be stuck here on the ground. You're lighting up the way, I can see the road ahead of me. I won't be stumbling in the dark. Your eyes are shining like the stars. I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high. I can see the sun staring at you when you make that smile. I'm moving closer to you now. I can't get close enough somehow. And I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly. I don't need anybody, I don't need anybody else. No one will ever take me, no one will ever take me away from you. I promise I will hold on to you. I don't know what I'd do without you. Without you. You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high.